Hey everybody, this is Roger Gray, and welcome to this week's new car review. I had a good friend in high school and a college buddy named Steve who bought his first new car the same year I did. I was Mr. Cool. I wanted to wow the proles out there with my taste and brio. I could only afford a Triumph Spitfire, but it was like an Aston Martin to me. My friend, meanwhile, bought a Toyota Corolla wagon. For around the same money, we both got a stick shift, four-cylinder import with basic radios and such. He got an air conditioner. It wasn't available on my car, but then again, it's better to look good than to feel good. So while I was reintroduced to the wonderful world of Lucas Electrical Systems and SU carburetors, he just chugged along in his Corolla. And when I got tired of sweating and paying mechanics named Nigel far too much for a water pump, I sold the Spit, thus beginning a series of other ownership adventures. He just kept chugging along in the Corolla. I think Steve kept that ugly little box well into the 1980s when I was on my fifth or sixth car since we began, and therein lies one of the charms of the Toyota Corolla and one of the secrets of its success. It wasn't particularly sexy, fast, or luxurious, but you'd have to hit it with a quick burst of M60 fire to stop the darn thing. And that is sexy enough for a lot of folks. And the latest iteration of the venerable Japanese Econobox keeps that tradition alive and well, with one important exception. It's now pretty darn sexy. Now, our test vehicle was called something else in 2016. It was a scion, which means a young heir to the family name and fortune. But that scion has now been disinherited. Another reality of the marketplace has sunk in. Like Oldsmobile, Pontiac, Mercury, Saturn, Plymouth, and a host of others, Scion is now history. But never fear. The cars, all three of them, including the lovely little hatchback IM model we drove this week, will survive. They are now just called Toyotas, as they are everywhere else in the world. And yes, that includes the gorgeous, fun, and très-cool little FRS two-seat sports car, which is now the Toyota 86. But our focus right now is on the IM, which was always essentially a Toyota Corolla in a much snappier set of clothes. The IM shares the platform of the Corolla family, albeit with a better rear suspension. It also shares the 1.8-liter four-cylinder engine with a relatively paltry 137 horsepower. And I think some of the lukewarm reviews it's getting stem from a misunderstanding of this car's place in the food chain. It is an attractive, sporty, quick, nice-handling little sedan with a lot of standard equipment and a multi-speaker Pioneer tinnitus generator. Inside is, well, okay, a lot of plastic, but in Toyota's defense, it is first-rate plastic, which isn't as easy as it sounds. The back seat is just roomy enough to keep claustrophobics from clawing at the sunroof to get out, and on the road, this little car is just a blast. Okay, 60 miles an hour takes about 8.5 seconds, but it feels much quicker. Now, that 1.8-liter mill, it won't frighten any Camaros, but it won't embarrass you either. If you opt for the 6-speed manual gearbox, of course, which we drove last year in the Scion version. The optional constant velocity automatic, I assumed, would no doubt turn it into a sleek little school transport module. But it didn't. It was still peppy, although I still like the control and the fun of the stick. And the mileage won't disappoint either, with the stick shift model covering 27 miles per gallon in the city, 36 on the highway. With the CVT, the mileage is a hair better at 28 city, 36 highway. Base price of the Corolla IM is just over $19,000, and with a handful of options, our test car topped out at $21,500. But getting all this, plus Toyota quality and resale for just under $20,000, that's a feat in and of itself, and a reminder of why we all came to love them in the first place. That's our road test. I'm Roger Gray, and I'll see you on the road.